Tell Me More podcast is being recorded on the lands of the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation. We pay our respects to elders past and present and extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander cultures. Welcome to Tell Me More, where we have conversations about the good, the bad and the real. I'm your host, Olivia Molly Rogers. Today on Tell Me More, I am joined by the lovely Jamie Marinos, someone many of you will recognise from the show Married at First Sight. Jamie always shows up as her authentic self, and off the back of the show, she's built a really beautiful online community because of that. Today, we talk about confidence, dating, self-image, and skin, and Jamie is really honest and refreshing. Jamie, welcome to Tell Me More.
Thank you for having me.
It's so nice to have you here. I've actually wanted you on the show since I was watching you on MAFs, and in so many moments I was like, oh, she would be so good to talk to. I think you are really impressive in the way you carry yourself and the way you carried yourself on the show.
Thank you. I'm like blushing now.
Oh.
I'm in the right room for it. It's all pink
Yes,
in
everything's
here.
blushing
I'll just
here.
blend in.
I would love for you to start by telling me how you would describe yourself to a stranger.
Oh. I remember, I think I got asked like words to describe yourself when I was doing my MAFs application, and I just said a bunch of F words. So it was fucked, fiery, feisty, funny, flirty. Like I was just like friendly. I was like, surely the F words cover most bases. I'd say I'm like, yeah, just a whole concoction of different personalities in one though, because I'm like chill to wild to hermit crab to extroverted. Like I'm
Lots
just a
of
bunch of people in one.
I love that.
Yeah.
What about the show? Could you describe MAFs to a stranger? I think it would be rare to find someone in Australia who actually doesn't know the premise of the show now. But if you had to describe it to a stranger, what would you say?
Keyword being stranger. I would tell the stranger you actually marry a stranger and then you have to live with them, and other couples that have also married a stranger, and you get to have dinner parties where you get to judge each other's relationships.
It sounds really hectic.
Yeah.
And it looks really hectic.
It is so much worse. It's actually toned down quite a bit.
Do you think so?
Yeah. Oh, if you knew half of what went down, it's so much more watered down. I think because it's in prime time. They couldn't show
They have to keep
everything.
it a bit more PG. What was it that made you apply for the show?
It's okay. This is like really weird. I never had plans on going on MAFs. I always thought, no way am I going to let some.
Did you used to watch it?
I did. I always watched MAFs, but I just thought there's no way I'm going to let someone else pick my husband. Like I was just like, I don't like that. I'm a very controlling kind of person. But I reached a point in my life I was really unhappy. Like I knew I wasn't doing what I was meant to be doing. I knew my life wasn't what it was meant to be. Like everything felt off, and I could always see this future. And I was like, but I don't know how. And I know you're not supposed to know the how, but I knew something was missing. And I remember like, I'm very spiritual. I literally was like, angels, God, like, what am I meant to be doing? Show me a sign. And randomly I had this thought of MAFs, and I was like, well, look, I want to settle down. I'm getting older. I would love to have children. I could probably have it all. I could probably step into this whole new industry, which I think I would thrive in. Like everyone has always said to me, why aren't you on reality TV? Why aren't you on reality TV? You've got the personality for it. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to apply. And if I get on, I'm meant to get on. If I don't get on, that's fine. Like literally the universe has a plan. Mm-hmm. And I randomly applied on the way home from work because I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. And then I had a horrendous day at work. And so on the train, I started applying. And it just felt like literally I said, hey, I'd like to come on. And they said, get on, because it was like the easiest thing ever.
So you're like, this was meant to be.
It was so meant to be. Like they say, when it's easy, it's aligned, and it's meant to be yours.
Did you have any hesitations having watched the show? Like when I think about going on, that just gives me so much anxiety, because you see the fallout, you see how some people seem to be portrayed as maybe not quite who they are, and maybe you have something to say about that, or you know, the audience reacts really badly to them and they get trolled. Like the thought of the fallout, I think, would stop me from ever considering it.
It definitely did play in my mind. Like obviously you go, I have no idea what the world is going to think of me. And especially because I'm controversial. I just kind of had in my head, probably not everyone's going to like me, but at the same time, like I'll get to live this experience that is so unique and cool. And yeah, like why not? And I said, look, I don't think my angels are going to screw me over here. They're not going to put me in an environment that's going to deter me. And so I had just unwavering faith in the universe. I was like, you know what? If they welcome me in, if they say, yep, like we found a husband, like come on board, then it's meant to be and it's all going to work out. And my psychic actually told me that I was going on.
Do you have like a regular go-to psychic?
No, this was the first time I ever spoke to her, and it was a couple of days before I found out I was going on. I didn't know if I was going on or not. And she said to me, you're going on a TV show. And I'm like, don't say anything because I've got a big NDA, but yes, I think I am. And she told me I was going to be really well perceived and it was going to be a really great thing. She actually said to me, you're going to think your partner is it for you, but he's not. And I was like, but she's just said she said usually they cast Neanderthals, and she's just like don't go wrong, you'll see what's wrong with him, but he's not as much of a Neanderthal they usually cast. So, which I put that all to the back burner because I'm like, look, everything can change. But
yeah,
it's
how
funny.
do you then go in open-minded when you have that knowledge?
Because I'm just so open-minded. I believe I can change everyone's views, points. And like this is the first time I've ever spoken to this psychic too. Sometimes, they don't get everything right. So I'm like a lover girl. If I've got the feels, I got the feels. I don't care what anyone has to say. But then, now it's like, oh, okay, she was right.
Have you gone back to her?
No, I haven't. I've had like several others because like a lot of people have reached out to do readings, which I love. But it would be good to actually go back to her. I wonder like what her details were. I'd have to look it up.
Yeah, you should find her.
I wrote everything down in a notebook in my workbook.
That's so good. I have a friend who has like, I think she's got 3 or 4 psychics on like rotation and she'll speak to one and then she calls the others to confirm like what the first one said. So to check that what they're saying is true.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a bit extreme. Like if you're going to go to a psychic, you kind of just have to take it as it is. Anyway, a bit of a sidetrack.
Yeah. I do that.
Before the show, what was your dating life like?
So I was in a serious relationship up until 2022 and then I upped to move to Melbourne. And so then I experienced like just this sense of freedom and I was just like
How long was that previous relationship?
So that was for 5 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it was a big one. So I went from 21 to 26, had my whole life planned out. Like we bought a house, stable job, like, just everything was set up. So we'd like kind of get married and do the kids and everything. Wow. But it was such a toxic relationship and I was so unhappy that I like quit my job, said I'm moving to Melbourne. You can come with me if you want. And then 3 months into being here, I found myself again and I said, don't come, like it's done. And so then I really had fun. I was like, wow, like I don't remember what it's like to be single. And also like being at this age when I was like, my mid-20s was so different to when I was like,
so
20
different.
years old, 19, being single. So I didn't want anyone. I wanted to just kind of just enjoy being myself on my own and exploring myself. Exploring myself sounds really weird.
No, exploring yourself and others.
And then, at the start of 2024, which was last year when I went on MAFs, I actually was like, you know what? I'm ready to seriously date. I'm not going to sleep with anyone. I don't want to just like do meaningless catch-ups. Like I'm proper dating. I'm ready for someone. And literally I went on quite a few very nice dinner dates, but hadn't met anyone that I thought was it. And so it's just funny. Yeah, MAFs came and I was like, wow, I really set an intention of dating someone for real. And I got a whole husband.
Getting married, got a whole husband.
I actually did scripting, which is so freaking weird, like a couple of months before I applied. And I wrote on there, like I wrote a whole letter and I wrote about being married. I remember when I wrote it, like, why would I write about being married? Like that's so, like that's never going to happen this year. Like how am I going to get married?
When you said you did scripting, what do you mean?
Have you ever heard of scripting?
No.
Oh my God, it's so amazing. So it's a manifestation technique where you write a letter. Usually I like to do it like at the end of the year or dated to a certain time, and you'll be like, oh, like I'm so grateful because like now I finally got this promotion and I love my job. It makes me feel this and this. So it's like what you want to manifest, you're talking as if you already got it.
It's so cool. It's actually
crazy.
Quite similar. We had a dating coach on, and she was saying that you should think about your perfect day. It sounds similar, where you like write out who you woke up next to, if you woke up next to someone, what they're like, what you're doing that day, how you feel, what your job is, all of those things. Mm-hmm. And then you can work out if your life is aligning at that point in time with where you want your future self to be.
Yeah.
So it sounds like a similar kind of vibe.
It essentially is, because you're scripting in like your perfect day. So you're kind of already taking it to where you want. But I guess you're just more so comparing it to your current life. But yeah, I remember writing it, and I don't know why I wrote that because I've never written down about being married, and I just did. And then I remember like looking back when I was filming MAFs going, what the fuck? I manifested a whole husband. I'm like, this is crazy. Scripting works.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that. That sounds really helpful. Now, going into it, did you have any concerns that he was not going to be right for you? And because I think also my fear would be you get to the altar and you're like, well, shit, you're not what I hoped for.
I had that concern just before I got out of the car. I was actually, like I said, I was really calm. I'm a little bit of a gypsy, so I get like a little bit of psychic vibes. Mm-hmm. I kept calling him Dan, and I said he's tattered, tradie, Australian.
That's Dan. He's tattered, not a tradie, but Australian.
Was it you at the end of the aisle?
But that's so weird.
It's so weird. They actually asked if I knew, and I'm like, no, I just had this vibe. And so like I was really calm because I said, no matter what, like this is my husband and I'm going to make it work. But then I did freak out just before I got out because I was thinking, oh my gosh, there's all these things I didn't write down. I didn't write down that I hate man buns, or if he's got a man bun, like all these things came to mind. Like what if because you can't help when you're really unattracted. But at the same time, like I'm such a victim to Stockholm syndrome. Like I thought if you left me with him for long enough, I would find a way to fall for him. But like I freaked out. That's why when I saw the back of Dave and I saw like shorter hair, I saw tall, and then when he turned around and there was neck tat, I started losing my mind.
I remember that.
Because I was like, oh my God, they've listened. Because I kept saying tats, tats, tats. I would say to Daddy John, hands and neck tats. Like I want them. No, hands and neck. Yeah, hands and neck tats. And so when I literally lost my mind because I'm like, they're not stitching me up. They want it to work because everyone always says they stitch you up. They're going to give you the opposite of what you wanted. No, on paper, me and Dave got exactly what we wanted.
But they do stitch up some people.
You would actually be surprised. Like they cast difficult personalities, but on paper and what people have said they've asked for.
Do you think that they actually try to find everyone's like perfect match?
Yeah, but we're all self-destructive individuals.
Really? That's such an interesting take. I've never heard that. Because I feel like from an outsider's perspective, it seems like there are several couples, so like you and Dave, who are a good match and you get what you ask for. But there are others where I think the qualities that they've asked for, they've actually like trolled them and given them the opposite.
Okay, I'll debunk this. Who do you think was wrongly matched?
Elliot and Lauren. Is it Lauren, the first wife?
Elliot and Lauren. So The thing is, they were matched based on the fact that Elliot wanted a traditional woman, a traditional wife. She was very much on that bandwagon.
Yeah.
But the thing is, they're not going like they're not building a person at the back where they're going to give you every single thing. It's not like a builder husband. And so on paper, there were a lot of things where they were very much aligned. Mm. Like Katie and Tim is a really good example of Tim is someone who lacks self-awareness. A lot of people on this show lack self-awareness. So Tim said, I'm such a nice guy. I don't have a type. I'm such a teddy bear. I always get hurt. So they're like, perfect. He doesn't have a type. He's such a lovely guy because that's what he's telling them. So they match with Katie. Perfect on paper. But the thing is, no, Tim's an asshole. Like, and that's the thing. And it's just like, you know, Adrian wanted to have kids. His application was, I want to have kids like yesterday. You know,
Really?
it's so beautiful. But so then they're like, okay, perfect. Here's Athena. She has a child.
Already has a kid, yeah.
But that's the thing. You can, as it's what you tell them you want, they kind of base it on that. But
that's so interesting.
Yeah, they're not like,
So based on your prior experience, like you mentioned before that your long-term relationship was toxic, what are you able to share with me what that actually looked like?
Absolutely. So, you know, young love. I coming from Adelaide, it's a very big, like, it's small town vibes.
Fishbowl.
You know? Yeah, pressure to settle down. Like I had so much pressure to settle down at 21. Like
Really?
I thought I was so old not having a boyfriend. My ex was someone who like very much pursued me. Nice dinners. Like he took me to Gold Coast to ask me to be his girlfriend. Like it was very over the top. And so you're so consumed by that. But then what you're not paying attention to is how badly he'd speak to me, how he'd put me down, how everything that he liked about me, he slowly hated about me. So it was easier for me not to be myself than to hear it from him. It just wasn't worth it. Yeah, it was horrendous. Like as much as no one really knew that there were issues, my sister's the only one that would always be like, he is so bad for her, because I'm someone who I'll protect my castle and I'll only talk so highly of my partner. But it was, I was always the bad guy. It was always like I didn't want to drink alcohol because, okay, well then, you know, you're too drunk, you're this, you're that. It's just everything.
Gaslighting.
Yeah. And then I'm a very like inappropriate, big joking personality. Then it's just like everything I'd say, it was just like constant scolding. And just like, I hadn't really been with anyone like intimately, like I had, but like not really. I didn't really know what it was about. And like even in like that department, he made me feel so insecure about myself that it was so painful, because obviously my body was rejecting him and knew it wasn't safe.
In what way?
It's like, it was so.
As in like being intimate was painful?
Yeah, it was like so painful. I know so many women that experience this as well.
Oh, your body screams at you. But like your body knows before you know a lot of the time, I think.
Oh, 100%, because like as soon as I was finished, my first partner that I had, intimate partner, I was like, this is the best thing ever. Oh my gosh, I actually like it. It's not painful. I feel free. I feel good. I feel confident. But for 5 years, I was like holding back tears. I was so uncomfortable. I felt so bad about myself. I hated, like, I was so insecure because he
made you that way.
Yeah, he didn't want me to leave. And so I think he just made sure I wouldn't leave him if he broke me down enough.
Oh my God, that is awful. I do think that there are a lot of men out there who say and think that they want a confident, outspoken woman, someone magnetic like yourself who lights up a room and people want to talk to. But then when they're with you, they feel threatened. Mm-hmm. So then they try and squash those things that, you say he ended up hating what he loved about you. It's so toxic.
Yeah.
I'm sorry you went through that.
No, you know what? I would go through it again just purely for the learning. I learned so much. It has made me a stronger person now. And I think it'll help me pick the right person when the time comes. Like, narcissistic men are tough, are super tough, but at the same time.
But now you can probably spot them from a mile away.
Did you not see me with Tim? I'm like, boom.
Yes.
Clocked.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah, you're a lot more aware of certain personality traits, but I'll always have empathy for, I guess, a lot of narcissistic men, because they hurt children, and that's all I see. I don't feel like they do it intentionally. They just don't know any better.
That is a very nice way to look at it. I don't know if I feel the same way. It's very mature of you.
I mean, like, they're assholes, sure, but like I feel like a lot of them have just had probably their tough
They're like
times.
Emotionally stunted because of something that's happened.
Yeah, and so they hurt people.
Yeah, that's very true. How did you, so when you were then 24, how old were you when you split? 26?
26, yeah.
How did you open yourself up to dating again? Because, I mean, it's something I've spoken about on this podcast quite a bit. My personal struggle with going through a toxic relationship, and I know so many people have. And when we have people on the podcast talking about that, people really want to hear about that stuff, because I think it's so common that, you know, if you're a lover girl and you date and you fall for someone and then you get hurt, it is so scary to think that that might happen again. But how else can you open yourself up for positive love if you don't put yourself out there?
I am such a freak where it doesn't matter how badly hurt or traumatized I am by a man, I will go right back to like the next person for like, and I'll like clean slate.
Wow.
I don't carry the same stuff over to the next person. I'm so open to love. Like I just know I'm just a lover girl, that it just wasn't hard for me to go back out there. I wasn't afraid that someone was going to do the same thing. I looked at them as a different person. I learned different lessons. I found out what love bombing was and all these things like past my ex, and different personalities that again gave me new lessons. But yeah, I felt like I was so just ready to like meet different guys and connect, and yeah.
That's really impressive.
Yeah.
Now, something else that I found really impressive on the show was that you showed up without makeup and you were going through breakouts at the time. And I have struggled with acne. I'm thankfully past it now, but all throughout my teenage years, well into my 20s, even early 30s, I was still struggling with it. And to see someone on TV without makeup on with breakouts was so refreshing. Both my partner and I were like, good on her. Like I think it meant a lot to people, probably more than you maybe even realized. Was that a conscious decision?
At the time, I felt like I was someone who really didn't think too much of the public and their viewpoints. Like I was so invested in the moment. I'm just someone who I've never really liked wearing makeup too much. And especially if my skin is breaking out, the last thing I want to do is irritate it more. And as much as acne can be an insecurity of mine, I've just always learned to just go, I don't care. I would go to work with acne with no makeup. You just keep putting yourself out there, doing what you're doing, and just don't even stop to think about what other people are thinking. And so I did push myself to do that, because I'm like, I'm not going to cover my acne up based on, I don't know, someone else judging me in the comments. Like I just didn't care.
That is so, I think it's really impressive.
Thank you. It did have such a good response online. Like obviously you get the nasty people that like put some makeup on, but I didn't care, because when I saw people making TikToks about the fact that like me being barefaced on TV with acne healed a part of them, that was so sweet. I've had like I remember a mum come up to me in the shops with her daughter thanking me for like not wearing makeup.
Nice.
And I'm just like, oh my God, like I would do this again and again and again then. Like, and it's actually given me the confidence to just always be talking on my social media, no makeup too.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, well, they used to see me with no makeup. They've seen my skin worse. And also like I always get positive feedback because it makes people feel a bit more comfortable. I think online is so manicured. Everyone looks freaking amazing all the time, but it's not realistic.
No, and it makes you feel like shit. I know that when I was younger and struggling with acne, I felt awful about it because every magazine that, you know, they'd always try and catch out celebrities like Britney caught without makeup, and she'd have like 3 pimples. And I'd look at it and be like, wow, well, my skin is so much worse than that. Imagine if I was getting photos taken of me, I would look terrible. Like you can't help but compare and feel like shit all the time. Whereas if you're just showing up without makeup, with breakouts, and you're not even talking about it. Like I think that was the best thing, is like it wasn't like you were saying, oh, I'm you know, embarrassed about my skin. You weren't drawing attention to it. You were just showing up as you, and it just was. And I think that was really cool. Like it was a really good thing that you did.
I hope I really helped encourage people to not bother covering up their acne, because just let that skin breathe. And that's the thing, you think about it more than other people do, I can assure you. And like when I just keep on keeping on, no one says anything.
Yeah. Now you said there were some mean people talking about your skin. I'm sure there were mean people talking about all sorts of things when you were on the show. How did you navigate that, suddenly being in the spotlight and having people's opinions thrown at you left, right and centre?
That's like by far the worst part about my MAFs experience and just being on social media, because anyone can be subjected to trolling just by simply having an account. Like, it's bad, especially on TikTok alone. TikTok is like I don't want to go Facebook. Facebook's in a league of its own.
Oh no, we don't even think about Facebook, but TikTok is wild.
Is horrendous. Like my block list on Instagram is quite short and sweet, but like TikTok, it's like boom, 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 because it's all these troll accounts. There's, I don't know why, like a lot of like angry men. Angry men love slut shaming, just women. They hate women. Like, it's weird, like these groups of men. Because I remember I wasn't even an influencer or content creator. I had like about 1,000 followers on both accounts, but like I had a few TikToks go viral and I was talking about being single, and like all these men are like slut shaming me in the comments, and I'm just like, what? And then I realized it's just a thing. It's a thing that goes on. It's very toxic.
So gross.
Yeah, it's so gross. You're obviously, like, when you go on MAFs, it's huge. It's all over the world, which is crazy. Like, people from literally random countries are making like edits of you. Like, you're like the cast of Euphoria or something. It's like very cool, but everyone feels like they can comment or like say whatever they want. There's obviously a lot of unhappy people that would troll all of us, that would just hate all of us. It was alarming to see how many people will talk about your appearance, especially like I remember like my trailer was leaked, but no one had seen me on the show, and just people all coming for, like, my nose is the easiest one to come for. But I'm like, you don't even know me. Like, I could have just, you know, my father could have just passed away. Like, I could have been struggling. Like, you have no idea, and you just see, like, you see a trailer of me and you're already like, rah, 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 rah. And you go, whoa. And
I feel like whenever I see something like that, it just makes me lose faith in humanity, because I think when you surround yourself with people who would never comment like that, I just can't ever imagine myself being in such a dark place that I would think I'm going to comment on this person's appearance today. Like, it takes a special person to do that. But then you see how many comments there are that are like that, and you're like, wow, there are lots of people that think that way, and lots of people who are actually making that decision to not only think the thought but put it on, like, type it out.
I don't care what you say when you're watching us on screen and you want to, like, to your family and friends. Like, everyone does that. That's fine. But going out of your way to write a comment is
publicly
wild. Yeah, it's so wild.
It's crazy.
They say it's a good thing when you don't understand why people do certain things, and I'm glad I don't understand it.
Because you would never.
I would never. Yeah. I would never do that to someone. Like, having an opinion, I'm so good. If you want to be like, yeah, Jamie was too much in this scene, so, like, that's so fine. I hate when people say Jamie's a bully, Jamie's a mean girl, blah, blah, blah. Like, you know, just like words that
name calling
are more like deeper. And it's just, I don't know, it was wild. Like, I remember final vows. I was actually really sick on final vows. I almost like dropped dead in the duck pond. It was so bad. I had like the worst fever. Like, it was,
you poor thing.
I was like having to take breaks because I couldn't stand. And
do you think that was your body?
Oh yeah, my body was like, don't say yes. Like, I always say that I made myself so sick at the thought of like proceeding to commit to the outside world. But like, I remember they had a mic pack on me. I was like, I was feeling so sick, but it looked like I had like a bit of a bump, and just people started, like, the body shaming came out, and I'm like size 6 and I'm not even 50 kilos. And I'm like, and if I'm getting body shamed, like, wow, I feel so sorry for just any woman, because no one is safe.
Did it get to you? Like, would you read that and feel upset?
I definitely want to get upset about like my body. Like, some people said about my boobs and stuff like that, but I'm like, I like my body, so I just don't really have an issue. I like it
more
really,
when it was about like your character.
My character is the one that got me. So like, I got over the nose comments because there's so many. Like, it just didn't really bother me. But yeah, I think when it's my character, that's when it hurts me, because I hate being misunderstood. It's a big trigger of mine. And I mean, you could see that at retreat, people not understanding my intentions were good. Very, very much like frustrated me and cut deep. And when I see people make those assumptions online about who I am as a person and use words that hurt, like that's what bothers me. And it's like one comment of just trash and then 99 amazing comments, but you can't help but focus on that one negative comment.
I know, we're so negatively skewed, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I think the thing that I find disappointing is often it's women. Like I know you said that there are angry men on TikTok.
Oh, it's mums.
Yeah.
It's mums. It's middle-aged women that like have grandchildren or like their bias says peace, love and happiness. And they're like slut shaming me or they're like saying awful things or they're like, she needs to fix her face. And you're like, what? Would you say that to your daughter?
I know. I actually
so wild.
years ago responded to a woman who sent me an awful message and I said, it's very concerning that you're trolling, but you have kids. Like I hope that you're not teaching them that that's okay. And she said, I'm just sharing my opinion. I'm like, yeah, but if your opinion is mean or you start a sentence with no offense, but, and then they go on to offend.
Like no, the backhanded comments.
Yeah.
I've received a few of those where it's just like, I love you, but you seriously need to stop doing it. I'm like, but no. And also like, you think I'm going to listen to you? Like Jenny from, New South Wales, like, oh, okay. Like, no, you said, okay, stop wearing this kind of top. Fair enough. Like if you say so.
Jenny said so I must.
Like it's just so, I'm like, I don't know what you want me to do with it. And like some people, like it's things I can't even change. And I'll be like, what do you want me to do with this? Like,
yeah.
I don't know, like rip my implants out. Like I'm just like, what do you want me to do?
I was always taught if the person that you're talking to can't fix the thing in 30 seconds, then don't say anything. So like if you had something in your teeth, I would tell you because you can get rid of that. But
That's
like if you're commenting on someone's appearance negatively about something that they cannot change in the next 30 seconds, like don't.
Yeah.
Because why?
Yeah.
They can't do anything about it.
No, nothing. I think like just dealing with online noise, the best way to handle it is always changing your perspective and realizing these people are just unhappy. No one that is doing better than you will ever come for you.
Yeah, that's very true.
And then you go, oh, so I just look at everyone as like really sad when they do that. And then I just block them. I never speak to them again.
Yeah, that's really smart. I think like as we were saying though, it is disappointing when it's women who are mothers and things like you can have this concept in your head that it's this miserable troll sitting in a basement somewhere being really weird, but it's actually people who are walking past us in the supermarket that then go home and scroll and comment. Yeah. It's so weird.
But you know what's like funny? I always say trolls don't exist in person. They are the people that will ask for a photo.
Yeah.
They'll probably like say horrendous things about you, but they'll come and ask for a photo.
That's so creepy when you think about it like that.
Yeah.
Now you seem so confident and that's something that I love about you. I think that's what so many people loved about you on the show. But you have said before that you've struggled with anxiety. How did you deal with that being suddenly in the public eye and having people critiquing you? Did your anxiety flare up?
This is what's so weird. I'm so sensitive and words of affirmation is my love language. So words do hurt me like when it's in the reverse, and I put myself in the ultimate challenge, go on reality TV and have the world scrutinize you. In one way, I've become desensitized to things, which is like great. I guess it's making me stronger. But I struggled during airing. It was horrendous.
Did you watch it all?
Yeah. We watched everything. You kind of have to as well because you have a lot of publicity things you have to do. So we're doing radio.
You have to be able to comment
Today's
on
show. So they ask you questions about the previous night's episode and I pretty much had the most publicity out of everyone. So I was doing a lot of interviews. So I was on my game. Plus you do want to see it unfold. You do want to know what happens. At the start I was cruising. I was like, God, this is the best. I'm so fucking funny. Oh my gosh, amazing. And I was like, shit, like should me and Dave give another go? Like it was just such a good ride at the start.
Yeah.
And then when it turned, it was like, I always say it's like torturous because you're sitting there, you're watching like your hardest moments. And so you're processing that real pain that you put into a cupboard and shut the door ages ago. You have to revisit it. You're actually getting to go through the motions because MAFs world moves fast. You don't go take a break. you don't have a month off, like you're on to the next one. So you're learning to get over things so quickly without processing things. And then you go, oh,
you're bringing it all up again.
That wasn't cool. And so you're going through the motions, your anxiety's through the roof. Then you've got the public that are having their opinion. Again, I was very lucky that I had so much support online and I felt very validated and loved for most part from the audience. And like they actually helped me so much. But I would, the trolling you get from certain gossip pages, the nasty people just made it so much worse because I was just dealing with a lot. And so I was like calling our therapy lady, I guess, every day. Really? I was calling her every day.
Oh,
they had someone like, you can kind of just chat to. She was like your friends, like she'd check in on all of us. But I got so used to calling her, and me and Athena would like call each other, and sometimes we'd just be crying on the phone. But yeah, it that really spiked my anxiety. I felt so much better once the show was done. But I guess it was like it taught me how to cope with things, like I guess a different wave of anxiety in a different circumstance that I've never experienced before.
Yeah. God, that must have been really hard. It's actually like making me anxious thinking about you sitting there watching it. Like it must have been.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because there's also nothing you can do at that point. Like it's done. It's done. You can't control anything.
And then you've got this like anticipation for what's the next episode. What are they going to show? And especially when you know like an episode's coming where you weren't proud of what you did or what you said, or like a hard moment's coming and you're like, just hurry up and get it over with. Show me what the episode, I need to know like what happened, how it unfolds. Yeah.
Oh, stressful.
Yeah.
Now your confidence, I want to go back to that because like I said,
really
you appear very confident, and the way you talk about your skin and also your body, you're like, I like my body. Like I don't know many women who talk about themselves like that, and I really admire it. And I'm sure there are people listening who don't feel that way. Do you have any advice for anyone who wants to feel more confident?
It's so funny because I'm someone I've always had insecurities, but one thing I've been celebrated for is how confident I am. And I've had so many women reach out specifically about my confidence and how I've inspired them, which is amazing. And it's so funny. Sometimes I think, no, I'm not that confident. And then I was with Beth and Ree and they're stunning. And the whole time we were away, they kept talking about I feel like this, or I'm this, or da-da-da. And they were just talking so badly about themselves. And I'm like, guys, shut the fuck up. Like, are you joking? Have you seen what you both look like? I'm like, it's such a shame that you think so low of yourself. And then I really was like, okay, maybe I am super secure in how I look and everything like that, because I wouldn't think to be putting myself down all the time.
You talk to yourself in a better way.
Yeah, and it was really sad. And it I know there was a time where I would have felt like that. Like I may not have been saying it out loud, but you're the worst critic ever. Like if you could walk through anyone's mind, you'd be horrendous. But I feel like, over the years, I've just started to celebrate more of who I am. And I think a lot of women who do come to me, my DMs, I'll be like, you are you, and that's what's special. Like everything that makes you is special. Like start celebrating all the things you like about yourself.
Yeah.
Like we can keep comparing. This is why I hate social media sometimes, because I can compare. Like I look at your profile, I'm like, fuck, I wish I looked like Olivia. She's stunning. And then, but you think that of course you're going to see what someone else has that you don't have, or their boobs are bigger, or their tummy's slimmer.
Would you swap your entire life with that person and every bit of baggage that comes with that person and every negative thought they have about themselves? No.
Well, the thing is, a lot of people would say yes because they look online, but you know what? I meet these people in real life. I realize how unhappy people are in real life. I realize the hottest bitch I've ever followed on Instagram probably absolutely hates herself and thinks she's the ugliest woman in the room or doesn't feel confident speaking. Like everyone's got their insecurities, and that's the thing. It's like, this is you. This is your body. This is who you are. Embrace it. The more you stop caring, the more confident you'll become. And that's what I've learned. I didn't wear makeup to work because I was like, I'm not going to, I can't be bothered. And people stopped caring.
Yeah.
I stopped caring. I walk around like a homeless person most of the time. But like, because I'm so used to doing that and I just keep persevering that I become so confident looking ratchet. Like,
you never look ratchet, but yeah, I like.
You should see some scenes.
No, but I like that. I feel like it's probably cliche, but it really isn't about how you look. It's about how you feel and the way you talk to yourself. That is the most important thing.
Yeah. But like I always say, wear what you want to wear, style yourself how you want to style yourself, like say what you want to say. Like if I listened to everyone's feedback or I try to be like everyone else, like who would I be?
Oh, you wouldn't do anything.
No.
None of us would.
That's the thing. Like
Yeah.
I feel like MAFs was such a good example because I've said this a couple of times, but like when I was on the show, I remember like when I hit intimacy week, I had really bad anxiety. I was crying. Like I remember I had a really bad anxiety attack coming out of the shower, and it was really cute because Dave was like brushing my hair and like and telling me I'm pretty because I felt like the ugliest person on the experiment. Like I was like, I'm so loud. I'm talking too much because I saw everyone start to filter themselves a lot because obviously they're in a new environment. They're worried about public perception. I was looking at, stunning women that had to put makeup on before the camera crew came in. And I was letting the camera crew wake me up. Like it was just a whole different thing. And I started to go like, what if I'm like, what if I am too much? Like I went to an all Greek school where I was one of the few blonde people. All I wanted was to fit in. I didn't want to be different. And I think I had that feeling again, like I'm being too different. But then I'm like, wait a minute, that's what makes me special. And then look where I am. Like people gravitate towards me because I am different and I'm being myself. And then I was like, fuck, that's the best thing I took away from MAFs is being myself is more than enough, and being your authentic self is the best way to be.
I love that.
Yeah.
Now, post marrying a stranger on a show, what is dating like for you?
Non-existent.
Really?
It's made it so much worse.
Because you have a profile?
Yeah. I went on hoping to find someone because I would love to have children. Like I would love to have a bunch of them ASAP. But I kind of also know there's still a little bit more left to do. I can just feel it.
29 is really young, by the way. Like I know that we feel like it's not. Like I think there's this time crunch for women that like 30 is this big momentous moment and you're supposed to have all your shit together and you're supposed to have the right person and have had a baby or be pregnant, but it's still so young. You have so much time. If
that's what I mean. If I look back 6 months ago, if I pick someone based on that, they would have been wrong for me. And so every time I'm like, thank God nothing has worked out. Thank God the guy that I was like, please let it be him. It's not him. Because it's true, I'm still learning so much and I've been thrown into a whole new world. And I'm still figuring out where I want to be. And I've got this guilty habit of when a man comes into my life, I prioritize them so much and I will put myself on ice to like give it my all in a relationship. And I think this is like a time where I need to be selfish. And
definitely,
if he comes in, I hope it's someone that again adds to my life and doesn't hinder me. But yeah, I need someone that's like international because I don't see myself staying probably in Australia or staying put for too much longer. I move around a lot. So that's something that's going to be important. But yeah, no, now that I've got a profile, I have to be selective with who.
You do. But in saying that, like I actually heard you saying, I think it was on Izzy's podcast, that you think now you can't date someone who, like men who, I feel like kind of a hypocrite because I obviously post on social media, but I get the ick with men who post on social media, doing little fit checks and stuff. It's just not for me. But I was like you in thinking that, you kind of need someone who gets the industry. So maybe does something similar, works in media. But now my partner has a completely different job. He doesn't even have Instagram on his phone.
I love that.
He goes onto my Instagram just to scroll through and have a look every now and then at like what I've been doing and catch up. But he doesn't use it and I love it. It's such a green flag. But he I don't think you need someone who gets it in that they're in it. I think you just need someone who respects it.
Yeah.
So someone who is maybe really removed from it, but still appreciates what you do and respects what you do and doesn't judge you for it. That's what you need more than, I don't think it matters so much what they do. It just matters like how they are and how they perceive what you do.
100%. I've been saying I want someone who's like in the media, but not on social media.
Yeah, that's going to be tricky to find.
I mean, like maybe like an athlete. Like,
I don't know.
But
If we trust them.
tricky. I know, just not like, I mean, I love tradies. Like I would love a tradie, but it's also very hard to move a tradie around.
True.
Like that's a thing. I'm in this weird spot and like,
I need a portable tradie.
I need someone that can, like, I don't know, that fixes planes or something. Like, I don't know. But yeah, it's such a weird world and I'm worried about whoever I throw into it. But yeah, I need someone who's supportive. I don't really want someone that's that active on social media because I think now I really understand men who post on socials and they're craving a validation.
And you don't want to feel like they're using you for that. Like you want to be able to keep it completely separate, I think.
That's the other thing. Like it makes me more cautious of men. Because I do have a lot of guys that, you know, come into my DMs that are just fans and I don't really want to date someone who is a fan.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm such an oversharer and I do have to be worried because like anyone can use information, anyone can sell a story. So there's just more things I have to consider. But I'm right now, I'm so content with my life that for once, I'm not like, where is he?
Yeah.
I'm like, he's coming at the right time.
I love that. Now, before we get into our final little segment, I would love for you to share with us 3 red flags that you now look out for and 3 green flags.
A red flag is someone who doesn't value words of affirmation. I definitely learned that through my marriage. I've learned that post-show. It's something so important. I seem to pick everyone who doesn't like to compliment and doesn't
express how they feel.
Yeah. Definitely that's something that's super important. A red flag as well would be sexual incompatibility. A mistake I've made several times. If that is no good, I'm not committing to it. I don't care. I have to stay strong. Nothing else going to sway me anymore.
I think that's fair. There are people who think you can teach someone, but I don't think that should be your job.
No, but like I've just, you know, I'm so blessed. I've got such a healthy drive and I seem to keep finding people who don't value it and it's a huge value of mine. And I don't want to be in something where I feel like my needs aren't met because I've done that too many times. And a red flag again will be like, I don't know, someone probably with a dog.
That's so interesting because I think that's usually people's green flag.
I know, I'm a freak. I told you I'm different, but multiple reasons. I do have a phobia. I'm also a bit of a germaphobe. So the whole like if the dog's in the bed, licking your mouth, kind of nut. But again, I'm a gypsy. I don't want anything tying someone down to a place. And it's so hard when you have a dog that's like, you know, for people, it's like having a child. Like you can't just up and leave the dog. So it just doesn't work with me.
Your portable tradie can't have a dog. Okay. No. And then 3 green flags.
3 green flags are men that I love using words of affirmation. I love men that are open-minded. I'm spiritual, religious, controversial, like everything under the sun. I love someone who's open-minded. And I'd say someone that's romantic.
Yeah, nice.
I'm very old school romance vibes.
Cute. They're good green flags. Now, we finish every episode with a segment called Oranges and Lemons, which is where you share your orange of the day, which is a highlight, something positive, and then your lemon, which is something a little more sour.
I'll start with, I like to finish on a high.
Yeah.
So my lemon was, I was in Armidale for a PR thing and I was like, I'll catch the tram. I caught the tram, but I missed the stop and then I ended up being on like a bit of a loop to loop and had to catch an Uber and then didn't get to eat my lunch. So that's a lemon. I was like, damn it. I mean, yeah.
You still beat me here, so well done.
I know I was still early, so I was like, yay. But my orange would probably be like, this podcast.
Oh, that's
I love a good
nice.
gap sesh, and this was really nice.
Too. It's been such a pleasure to have you. My orange and lemon are kind of one and the same today. The lemon is I'm moving house. And moving is just the worst. I think I always forget just how bad it is and how much stuff you accumulate.
But your apartment's so nice. I did see that you're moving, but
that's
it's so
also why
stunning.
it's a lemon, because I love it.
Yeah.
But it's been such a beautiful place to be in, like a real healing period for me. I moved in by myself, single, thinking I would never live with someone again. And then Hugo moved in a year ago, and it's been so nice living there together. But we need more space. So the orange is also that we're moving, because I'm excited for like the next chapter.
Yeah.
And I think it's time.
I love that.
Yeah. But it's been so nice chatting to you. I really respect the way that you carry yourself. And I think that you would help so many young people and people my age as well with confidence and lots of self-love. So thank you for doing what you do.
Oh, thank you. I feel like such a baddie.
Love that. Thanks, Jamie.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for listening to Tell Me More. If you enjoyed the episode, please leave us a review, share it with your friends, and follow or subscribe to the podcast. Your help in growing this community would mean so much to me.